Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. And as you can see from the title, we're going to be making a chicken spinach rosé fettuccine. But to be honest, when I was making this, I didn't know what I was going to make. I had like a rough idea, but a lot of it was just figuring it out as I went along. And if I cough during this voiceover, I'm very sorry. But anyways, I started in a big pot and I'm just going to boil some fettuccine in there according to the instructions on the package. So it takes about 7 or 8 minutes. You want to mix it every 1 minute to make sure none of the pasta sticks together. And then once it's all done, you're just going to take it out, drain it, and set that aside. And then we'll be using that later on. In an effort to make as few dishes as possible, I'm using the same pot, even though there is pasta on the bottom, but don't worry, that won't be a problem. We will fix it in a later step to come. But to start, we're going to go with some olive oil. I'm using the herb infused olive oil that I made in the Herbs video, and I'm adding some diced garlic to that. Garlic, onions, and then I'm just sauteing that for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go in with some minced garlic and saute that until it's fragrant, so about 30 seconds. And then once we have that all together, I'm just going to deglaze the pan using some red wine. Use any red wine that you have at home or that you buy from the store. It doesn't really need to be any specific one. And as you can see, I'm mixing that all together while also scraping the bottom of the pan to get up some of those leftover pasta bits. And I'm just going to keep doing this until the wine has basically reduced to nothing. And I used about half a cup of wine, so you'd want just barely enough to help clean off the bottom of the pan and soak into the onions. And now I'm going in with my chicken. So I have about 5 chicken breasts there, which I have sliced thinly. And we're just going to cook those until they are fully cooked through. Go ahead and season to taste using some salt and some pepper. I like a lot, and I like to season many times throughout the meal and any meals that I make. This is a good way to help make sure your flavors are balanced throughout the meal. And then I'm going to go in with some whole tomatoes. I'm just going to crush those in my hands one by one, but as you can see, the tomatoes want to be crushed several by several until I finish doing the whole can. Once that's all done, I'm going to go in with a can of crushed tomatoes and mix that all together. Okay, so once you have that thoroughly mixed together, I'm going to go in with some sun-dried tomatoes. I used about a whole can's worth because I had it laying in the fridge and I wanted to finish it off. So I just chopped it up really fine and then added it to it along with some more pepper and a little bit of sugar. Sugar really helps in tomato sauce to help balance out the acidity. Also, using the dried herbs that I used in the Herbs video, I just grinded some up in a coffee grinder and added that to my sauce. But you can go ahead and add any dried spices that you have. This recipe is basically just so that you can use things that you already have at home and use them up. And then, as you saw there, I went in with a cheese rind that I had from some leftover Parmesan. I wasn't using it anymore, so I kept it, and this will help add a little bit of that flavor to it. But after we let it simmer for about 30 minutes, I remove the rind, and I'm going to go in with about a 1/4 cup of ground Parmesan and about a half a cup of half and half. And I'm just going to mix that all together, and this creates the rosé part because it's a mixture of the cream and the tomato sauce. And then I'm going to go in with some spinach. I used an entire bundle, as you saw. And I'm just going to incorporate it till it's slightly wilted, and then I can go in with the rest of my pasta and drop the bowl and then drop it again. And then I'm going to mix them all together. And I went in with 2 spoons because one was just not doing it. I had so much pasta. And that completes the meal, guys. I hope you guys liked it. Oh, I lied. I actually went in and seasoned it some more, and now we are done. And that is our finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. It honestly came out really good for not having a plan. And I really enjoyed it. We did have lots of leftovers, but it's okay. I can make for many good lunches.